Now Pilate tried to set Jesus free, but the Jews kept shouting, "If you let this man go, you are no friend of Caesar. Anyone who claims to be a king opposes Caesar." And when Pilate heard this, he brought Jesus out and sat down on the judge's seat at a place known as the Stone Pavement, which in Aramaic is Gabbatha. It was the day of preparation for Passover week, about the 6th hour. "Here is your king," Pilate said to the Jews. But they shouted, "Take him away! Take him away! Crucify him!" "Shall I crucify your king?" Pilate asked. "We have no king but Caesar," the chief priests answered. Finally, Pilate handed him over to them to be crucified, and the soldiers took charge of Jesus. Well, out on our little walk, aren't we, mate? The story descends into an absolute farce, doesn't it? It's sad how low people will drop. Here is Pilate. He's convinced that Jesus Christ is innocent, but the high priests are convinced that he's guilty. Pilate is convinced that Jesus has rights. The religious leaders say he has no rights. I think Pilate understands that he is a king. But the religious leaders utterly deny Jesus, and they say Caesar is our king. This is a political game to put pressure on Pilate. But how low will these people go to get their own way? You see, once they've stopped believing in God, and once they've stopped trusting in God and following the messenger of God, the Son of God and the King of God, all they're left with is allegiance to the world. They like to keep their religion, but actually they've given up their God. And this is what we often see, that in order to get their own way, people will reject God and his word and his servants and his kings, and they will associate themselves with the world and its kingdom, because that's who gives them power and authority. Well, for a believer, there's only one king and one authority, and we are to exercise faith in our living God, in his word and in his Saviour. Not to cry, "Caesar is king," but "Christ is king," though others deny it. Well, today, as we live in the light of Christ's wonderful life, remarkable death, and his resurrection from the dead, we say, Christ is king. And if someone says, "Here's your king," we welcome him and we own him. Well, from me and my little friend, sat here by the side of the path. Have a good day. God bless you.